Guess what Alex Eala wished for at Rome's Trevi Fountain? Can you guess what I wished for? The night before her big tournament in Rome, Philippine tennis star Alex Eala took some time to explore the city, including a visit to the iconic Trevi Fountain. True to tradition, Alex tossed a coin into the fountain and made a wish. While she kept the details of her wish private, it's safe to assume it's related to her aspirations for a strong performance at the Italian Open. After her historic quarterfinal run at the Miami Open, Alex faced early exits in both the Portugal and Madrid Opens. She currently holds a WTA ranking of No. 70. It was a cool spring afternoon in Rome, where cobblestone streets glistened under the gentle caress of the late sun. Tourists bustled around the famed Trevi Fountain, a Baroque masterpiece that roared with the sound of cascading water. Cameras clicked, laughter echoed, and coins flicked into the blue waters, with dreams trailing behind them. Among the crowd stood a young woman who wasn't just another wide-eyed traveler. She had a tennis racket slung over her shoulder, a quiet focus in her gaze, and a name known by many back home in the Philippines, Alex Eala. But today, Alex wasn't thinking about rankings or rallies. Today, she stood still before the fountain, holding a single euro coin between her thumb and index finger, the way she might hold a ball before a powerful serve. No one heard her wish. Of course, no one ever does. That's part of the magic. Still, if you look closely, perhaps if you were a tennis fan, a believer in dreams, or just someone attuned to the hopes that shimmer in Rome's eternal air, you might have guessed, or at least tried to. So let's ask, what did Alex Eala wish for at Trevi Fountain? Was it glory? Some would assume the obvious. She must have wished to win a Grand Slam, a nearby tourist whispered, nudging his friend as he recognized her. The next Serena Williams in the making, no doubt. And maybe he wasn't wrong. Alex had already made waves in the junior circuit, winning titles, earning praise, and being dubbed a rising star. She had practiced tirelessly, rising before the sun, enduring the solitude of hotel rooms, the sting of losses, and the pressure of expectations. To win at Roland Garros, Wimbledon, or the US Open. Of course that mattered. But the Trevi Fountain isn't for practical wishes. Not entirely. There's something poetic in the way the water moves, the way the statues gaze into eternity. Wishes made here go deeper than trophies. They swirl around the soul. So maybe, just maybe, Alex's wish went beyond the podium. Was it belonging? Traveling the world as a teen, even for something as glamorous as tennis, comes at a price. Most don't see the loneliness, the hours on planes, the longing for home, the smell of sinigang, the chatter of siblings, the feel of humid Manila nights, the life she left behind to chase a dream. Maybe as she flicked that coin into the fountain, her wish whispered, "I hope I never lose who I am." Maybe she wished not to get lost in the gloss of endorsements, the sterile repetition of hotel lobby hellos, or the cold calculation of rankings. Maybe her wish was about identity, about keeping her Filipino spirit alive, even as the world tried to label her as a global athlete. The coin sank, and the water swallowed her hope whole. Somewhere in that current, perhaps Rome heard her. Was it for others? Alex is no stranger to pressure, not just from herself, but from a country aching for a sports hero. Could her wish have been for the next generation? For more Filipino athletes to rise, to be seen, to be funded, to be believed in? Could she have looked into those churning waters and seen not her own reflection, but that of a young girl in Tondo or Davao, holding a cracked racket, dreaming of something bigger? Her journey had already ignited flames back home, but a wish at Trevi could light a bonfire. Let them see us, she might have thought. Let them believe we belong on the world stage. She didn't need to say it aloud. The fountain would understand. Or was it something smaller? Not every wish must be epic. Maybe, in that brief pause, she forgot the court, forgot the cameras and headlines. Maybe she just hoped for peace, for a quiet moment before the next match, for a text from an old friend, for good health, for something simple, human, and real. She was, after all, still young, still growing, still learning how to be herself under a global spotlight. The pressure of being a prodigy can crush the joy out of the game. Maybe she wished to remember why she started, the thrill of the first rally, the joy of a clean forehand, the sound of tennis balls echoing on a neighborhood court. Maybe her wish was, "Let me still love this." Or maybe, "Let's imagine." Alex closed her eyes, smiled slightly, and in that moment became not a tennis star, but a storyteller. Her wish, unspoken, may have been something only artists, dreamers, and madmen would understand. Let my journey be a beautiful one. Not just successful, but meaningful. Let the losses teach me. Let the wins humble me. Let me find friends in faraway places. Let me inspire and be inspired. Let the flight delays and rain delays become poetry. Let my life, even in its chaos, feel like a story worth telling. And isn't that what we all want in the end? The coin made a soft plop as it sank into the fountain. Tourists moved on. A nearby violinist struck up O Sol Wayo. Somewhere, a child clapped. And Alex Eala, rising star, daughter of the Philippines, warrior of the courts, turned and walked away. No one heard her wish, but Rome did. And maybe, one day we will too. Author's note. They say if you throw a coin into the Trevi Fountain with your right hand over your left shoulder, your wish will come true. For Alex Eala, it doesn't matter whether she wished for a grand slam, a quiet moment, or something in between. What matters is that she dared to dream, and dreams, like coins in water, ripple outward. It was a golden afternoon in Rome, the kind that makes you believe in stories, miracles, and the quiet magic of dreams. The city buzzed softly with the hum of history, its ancient walls glowing in the sunlight. Somewhere in the heart of this eternal city, beside the swirling waters of the Trevi Fountain, stood a young Filipina with a tennis racket on her back and a coin in her hand. Alex Eala had arrived. She didn't draw attention. Tourists wandered past her, eager to get their own moment with the legendary fountain. But for Alex, this wasn't just a tourist stop. It was a pause in the middle of a whirlwind life, a moment to breathe, reflect, and wish. She held the coin between her fingers, smiled to herself, and gently tossed it over her shoulder. It flashed briefly in the sun, then vanished into the fountain's blue. No one heard her wish, but if we listen closely to the ripple in the water, maybe we can imagine what she might have whispered to the heart of Rome. Let me become more than a champion. Sure, the obvious guess is a Grand Slam title. And why not? Alex has the skill, the spirit, the fire. She's already made history as the first Filipino to win a junior Grand Slam singles title. A professional title on the world's biggest stage seems inevitable. But maybe, standing before something as timeless as the Trevi Fountain, her wish reached beyond the trophies. Maybe she wished to be remembered not just as a great athlete, but as a great person. One who inspired her country. One who lifted others as she rose. One who stayed grounded, no matter how high she soared. Let home always be with me. Traveling the world sounds glamorous, but for a young Filipina chasing dreams across continents, it can also mean long days far from family, missed birthdays, and quiet nights in hotel rooms. Perhaps she wished that no matter where tennis took her, Paris, New York, Melbourne, she'd always carry the warmth of home. That the flavors of adobo, the sound of Tagalog, and the laughter of her family would stay close to her heart, even if they were thousands of miles away. Let me open doors for others. Alex knows she's more than just an athlete. She's a symbol of possibility. Her rise has already inspired countless young Filipinos to pick up a racket, to dream bigger, to believe that their passport isn't a limit, but a launch pad. So maybe her wish wasn't just for herself, but for the next generation. For better training facilities in the Philippines. For more support for young athletes. For a future where being Filipino and world-class aren't seen as separate things. Let me love the game always. Fame can be a strange thing. The higher you climb, the heavier the expectations. And sometimes, in the middle of interviews, rankings, and the pressure to perform, athletes can lose the one thing that started it all, their love for the game. Maybe, with her eyes closed and the fountain's water whispering back, Alex wished for something beautifully simple. Let me still feel joy when I hit the ball. Let every match remind me why I started. Let me never forget the little girl who just loved to play. No one will ever know exactly what she wished for. That's the magic of Trevi Fountain. Wishes made here aren't meant to be shared. They're meant to live in the heart, carried quietly until they come true. As Alex turned away and walked into the Roman sunlight, her coin sank deep among thousands of others. But hers shimmered a little brighter, filled with ambition, hope, and the promise of a journey that's only just beginning. So what did Alex Eala wish for at Rome's Trevi Fountain? Maybe all of the above. Or maybe, just maybe, we'll find out when she makes it come true.